Hey friends, we got the car up on the quick jacks here because we got a track weekend coming up. We're running Firebird West Track, which they just repaved and I've never been on, so that's gonna be fun. And then we're also running East Track on the following day, so kind of a 2-track in one weekend event. But we got to get this car prepped, so I figured I'd take you along for the ride with me and kind of show you what effort I put in before every track weekend to get the car prepped and ready so we have a successful, fun weekend at the track. Now I know what you're thinking. If last track weekend was such a success, you had all this fun, you didn't break anything, why do we need to look at the car and do anything to it? My answer to that question would be because we put in the prep work to make the car in a good spot, that we went to the track, had fun, didn't break anything, we're going to do that again so we can repeat the process, go to the track, have fun, and not break anything. Racing on the track, you're working the car to its limits, you're pushing it, stuff loosens up, things happen, you wear stuff at every event. So we got to check the brakes, we got to check all the nuts and bolts. We're going to go through a whole list here, so let's get into it. Also, if you're like me and you just love your 5-cylinder, definitely click the link below. You can check out these t-shirts. Help support the channel, help support me, keeps me having fun doing these things so I can make videos for you guys. So check all the links down in the description, and yeah, let's have some fun. So the first thing I like to do is to get the car up off the ground. It's on the quick jacks right now. I pull all the wheels and tires off. This is going to allow me to check all my wearable stuff. So you've got your tires, which I will say these Accelera 651 Sport Extras have actually been wearing really well, which I guess is what they're known for. They're not the most grip, but they still do have a lot of grip. They have been wearing really well. I've got multiple track weekends on them now, and I'm getting a nice, good wear pattern on them, nice even across the tread, not getting any chunking, anything weird like that. So the 651 Sport Extras from Tire Streets have been wearing really well. You want to check your tires. Next thing I like to check is the brakes. Obviously, you got to have brakes. That's the most important thing while you're at the track, especially safety-wise. If you're going fast down a straight and you don't have brakes, you're not stopping, you're going into a barrier. Nobody wants to do that. So check your pads, check your rotors, check the whole system, make sure there's no leaks, make sure you don't have any drips of brake fluid anywhere. Make sure you have good meat on the pads left. If they're getting low and you don't want to replace them, make sure you take an extra set of pads with you. That way you can replace them at the track. Brakes, tires, all the wearables. And then while you've got the car up, it's a good idea to go around and check all your nuts and bolts. Stuff tends to loosen up. I know we're not running a K-Series Honda motor in here that's going to rattle everything loose after every run, but we are running this thing hard, running it to 7,200 RPM. And yeah, things tend to loosen up, especially when you're rolling over curbs and using all the track. You tend to bounce around a little bit, and you want to make sure everything is nice and tight, especially if you start hearing any clunks in the suspension or anything weird like that. Check all your ball joints, tie rods, everything like that. Make sure nothing's, you don't have any cracked boots on your CV joints, anything weird like that. Get under the car, do a good visual inspection, make sure everything's good. We want the car to be happy so it treats us well while we're at the track. So good nut and bolt check, and while you're down there, if you got any grease fittings, go ahead and grease them up, especially your sway bars. Those are the typical ones. Make sure everything's lubricated and good to go. So get under the car, check your nuts and bolts, grease your fittings, make sure everything's good. Do a good visual inspection, make sure you haven't developed a new oil leak. This is a Volkswagen. They tend to just lose oil. Sometimes you don't even see it anywhere. You're not burning it out the tailpipe. But hey, check for leaks. Make sure nothing new has come about from the last track weekend. Also, if you have a catch can, it's a good idea to drain it and check and see if you're getting any buildup in there. This one I haven't had any issues with. Every time I go to drain it, I usually get nothing, maybe a drop or two. So that will all change when we go boosted, because obviously boosted cars, they just have blow by and stuff like that. But check your catch can. There's no reason to take anything with you back to the track. You might as well empty it now, and then you have an idea of you need to check it while you're at the track. You can check it intermittently. And speaking of turbo, I've only got a couple more track days left in naturally aspirated form before we start tearing into this guy and putting boost on it. So probably March is when this thing's gonna start living on the quick jacks, and we're gonna get into this thing and start adding some boost, spooling a snail on this thing. So that's gonna be fun. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. yeah, you don't want to miss any of the turbo content. So we're turboing this 5-cylinder. It's going to be epic. Love the 07K. Drives absolutely phenomenal in naturally aspirated form. So I'm hoping I get a good power band and everything. And it's going to be an absolute amazing beast, really, with a turbo on it. This thing lacks straight line speed. So with that turbo, we're going to solve that problem. And this thing is going to be an absolute track weapon. That is going to, down the road, lead to problems. I'm going to have to put a limited slip in it, probably throw a wave track in it, build a transmission, and then obviously better tires, and might have to do another brake upgrade since I'll be carrying more speed down the straights. But definitely subscribe. Don't want to miss any of that content. We're gonna have a lot of fun with that this summer, getting everything ready, so next winter we can start tracking it with some boost. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. Really, the only other thing I do when I'm working on this guy to get it prepped for the track is bleed the brakes. I tend to do that before every track session. Might be overkill. I like a good feel in the brake pedal, and I feel like if I just bleed them a little bit, it just gets any little bit of air that might have worked its way into the system out. So every time I do it, I feel like the brake pedal gets better, so I tend to do it a lot. My friends that race with me, they think I'm crazy because I'm Captain Brake Bleeding. I do it all the time. But I do it before every weekend, so that's the system that works for me. You probably don't have to. I am running high temp fluid, running a good race pad, so the brake system's pretty much dialed in at this point for where we're at. Good solid pedal feel, able to modulate it still, but really good brakes, slows the car down pretty good. And yeah, bleed your brakes, especially if they start feeling weird. I don't know. Do I overdo it? I might. I honestly might. I don't know. Whatever. When I've got the car up and I've got the underbody tray off, I do like to get up from underneath and check the header bolts on this Evo header here from Evolution Tuning. I don't think it has anything to do specifically with the header. I think if I was running the stock manifold, I'd run into the same issues. But I have had a couple of them loosen up on me. I think it's just from the added heat and stress from running it on track for 20-minute sessions straight. So every session or every track weekend, I definitely like to get a wrench on there and just make sure they're tightened up and not creating any exhaust smells in the cabin or having any leaks, anything like that. So pro tip for you, get a ratcheting wrench like this. You can get it on there and get those fine movements instead of taking it off, switching it and doing all that. This is a 12-point ratcheting wrench in the 12 mil variety. So I use this on all my header bolts. Most of them are easy to get to, or easier to get to from underneath the car. So you lay underneath the car and go up. So when the underbody tray is off, that ECS skid plate that I have is off, I just go up there and check all the bolts, make sure they're tight. So yeah, that's just another thing I do when we're track prepping. I do that before every track weekend just because I do, because I'm crazy. We're all crazy. Racers are crazy. Don't let them tell you any otherwise. We also can't talk very well. So yeah. When everything's all said and done and I've got the car back on the ground with the wheels on, torqued, everything good to go, I do like to check the alignment. So I do an at-home alignment for toe. Really don't have any adjustment for camber. You can in the rear a little bit. The front, I don't have any camber plates on it, so that's kind of out of the question. I've kind of massaged it to get the best I can, which is about a 1.3 negative. But I do check my alignment to make sure my toe is good. Obviously, at the track, hitting all the curbs and just rattling things around and using the suspension, you can get a little out of whack. So obviously, especially on the way home, if it's not feeling like it's driving straight, I check the alignment. So I like to do that before every track I do, just to make sure everything's good, make any adjustments that I need, and then yeah, we're good to go rip it at the track. All right, well, I think that just about covers everything I go over when I prep this thing. Obviously, check your fluids. Don't know if I mentioned that, but make sure your fluid levels are good. Keep an eye on your maintenance intervals. Obviously, you're going to want to tighten those up a little bit if you are running at the track. Do your oil changes more frequently. Do your fluid changes in the transmission, all that kind of stuff, more frequently than you would if you were just driving on the street, because you are running a lot of more temperature and abuse through the system here. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, hit the like button. You obviously stuck around for a reason. So hit the like button. Leave a comment down below. I can do another video on what I take to the track. So if you want to see what I put in the back of this thing to have with the track, have with me at the track, yeah, leave a comment down below. I can do a video on that. But this is kind of just a little race prep, track day prep video on 5-cylinder Jetta here. So like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. And yeah, you know the drill. I'll see you in the next one. We'll obviously do a race recap video or a track day recap video of this coming weekend that we're doing. We got 2 different tracks, so I'm pretty excited. I get to learn West track, which they just repaved. Never been on it, never even ridden on it, let alone driven on it. And then we get to go back to East track so I can see if I can drop my PB down a little bit from the last time we were there, which was only a few months ago. So I'm looking forward to it. We're gonna have fun, and yeah, more content coming, including boost. I love my 5-cylinder. Yeah. Bye. See you in the next one. Have a good day.